Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. You know, I see a survival amulet here, and I say to myself, any good survival equipment? No, which is unfortunate. It's all good ranged equipment. The boomerang, the magic missiles, magic bow, quick bow, all pretty decent, even quick bow. I've kind of come around on that now that I know that you can just hold the button down. But I will say, if we have survival in the back pocket, giant whistle boomerang is pretty okay. We've got a decent shield. It's not too bad. Maybe we can even try to use that shovel knight weapon, but this is a level that has very low ceilings, so that jumping on enemies' head thing is not going to be a very useful mechanic. Yeah, I could see that. Open up with the boomerang for a little while until we find a good survival weapon. I like it because it's a mixed bag run, at least early, and oh, hold on. I don't know, maybe this is actually okay. No, it seems a little on the rough side. Although, you know what I'm realizing? Low ceilings is actually a bit of an advantage. Because with the low ceiling, you immediately bounce on their head. I thought you would have to, like, time the bounce after you jump, but no, it just kind of happens automatically. It does feel like there's a bit of a delay on when you can, let's go survival. Does seem to be a bit of a delay on when you can actually do the swing, but what it might actually be is kind of just being locked into one direction on the attack. Hard to say, hard to say. This is like pretty much my first time using the weapon. Except I may have used it once in the past. You know, when it first came out, like, oh, I wonder what this is gonna be like. Oh, I hate that though. A little hard to work around. Thank you. I think I've immediately come back around though, and I'm like, I kinda hate it. It's very difficult to land the shot. Just give me the boomerang, man. In fact, we could do like boomerang bow, or, well, boomerang shield, really. Boomerang is the bow. Practice our parries, and not cocoon parries. Hey, Danny ID, welcome again. How are you doing? I remember you were here yesterday. He did not get hit by that trap, which was very surprising. Really? See, I would have expected the shield to reflect something. Even like a made-up projectile when you parried, but apparently you don't reflect anything when you actually parry those explosive bolts, which is very funny. All right, I mean, Iron Staff is pretty good. At the risk of this being a little bit possibly unoriginal, we've rolled this in the past, but it's really good. Okay. Maybe be a little bit more careful. Oh, God, even then! Look, I'm not saying I'm good with the Iron Staff and rolling a shield at the same time. This is why we put in the practice, you know? Our future runs are what we're building towards. Good future runs, in theory. I think the Frost and Parry shield sends something back. Really, when you reflect one of those projectiles. That's interesting. I guess that way you can apply that freeze at a distance. Failed that one. Yeah, I much prefer this to a cocoon. A cocoon. You know what? You know what we could do on this run? We could go to the toxic sewers. We didn't go last time. But now we're survival, so we can totally go there this time, right? Hold on, where's the rest of the floor? Just gotta make sure that we're actually done with the floor. There we go. We've done everything, or at least most of everything. Let's get the heck out of here. Let's go sewers. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe be a bit more careful, immediately jumps into a bullet. Denny Id says, I think this game is fast and hard to follow. I mean, that's why I like it personally. It's fast-paced, it's chaotic, it's exciting. Of course, if you have never seen Dead Cells before, it could maybe look a little bit overwhelming. I am playing on the highest difficulty, though. I enjoy a good Cells, though. It's a fantastic game. No, let's not do that. This is a silly place. Maybe not quite as slow and methodical as a Vagante. No, I'm not going to the bank Sunday. But I like that fast-paced excitement. That's why I play Dead Cells. You know what game is not good for streaming? And I'm going to completely annoy my friend for this comment, but Caves of Cud. That game, you play it, or you watch someone who's playing it, and it's just spreadsheets. It's spreadsheets and ASCII art, and you're like, I don't understand what I'm looking at here. How's anyone supposed to play this game? The entire screen is nondescript. Dwarf Fortress, I guess, to a similar extent. Like, if you come into the game and you don't know what the hell's going on, you're not gonna have a good time. I don't know why I decided to just tank that hit on the face. Skelly Celeste. Skelly Celeste, you know, that might not be the best game to stream just because it's gonna give everyone a headache because it's one solid color the entire time. Same thing with BPM. You know, that's a very specific target audience, I think. Careful, careful. Abe needs his simulation. Did you mean to say stimulation? You can stimulate me anytime you want, Mud. Oh. One of these days, I'll get my Spite perk. Is that what it's called? We'll actually be able to heal off of all these parries. One of the reasons why I actually really like the survival perks. Get a lot of HP out of these. Hold on. I don't really like what I'm doing here. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, and there's your disengagement. God damn it. There are too many enemies. Really, though, it was just that big guy. He was the problem all along. Okay, thank you. Ever thought of streaming Path of Exile? Nope. Next question. I heard, and I don't actually know if this is true, I heard there might be a Path of Exile 2 coming out at some point. How's that gonna work? Are they still gonna roll Path of Exile 1, or are they gonna pull a Overwatch, take the first game offline and be like, you know what, if you wanna keep playing, you gotta play the game that we want you to play. Who knows? Who knows? I need a different right trigger. The Wolf Trap is not doing enough. Death Orb might do enough. Don't be a mimic. It's not a mimic. It'll launch soon, really? PoE Pillars of Eternity. Nope. That one I know even less of, though. Less about. Thank you. I hate having to go this slow, but I am very wounded, and I don't really want to spend my time healing. More accurately, I don't want to use a heal. I'll do it. I'll do it! This is for you, though, chat. Otherwise, I would just, like, restart the run if I died. Danny ID says, I was referring to Path of Exile. I got it right, at least. I had a 50-50 guess. You know, as someone who hasn't played either game, I don't really have an incentive to say one or the other, but I guessed, and I guessed correctly. It's amazing how much better it feels like you perform when you don't have to actually worry about your health. I feel a lot more confident jumping into a fight when I know I can't die in one hit, probably. Well, that is not a way to go. Goodbye, 7 HP. Oh no, that is a way to go. It's just down through the other side, okay. Was not looking at the map correctly. We actually don't have that much health, even though we're rolling survival, because we have 1-1 in the other two stats, but that's okay. Yeah, we're, you know, at 72, we're above the one-hit protection. Oh, no. Thank you. It punched the chest. That's pretty funny. Taunt. No! Extra jump in midair, damage from projectiles reduced 75%. It's a good excuse, actually, to get a different amulet. That's what I like about it. Danny says, I live in Europe, your streaming time is not good for my health. Yeah, every once in a while I kinda... Okay. Kinda wonder if people would be invested in a earlier stream time during the day, during the weeks, so I would get the weekends off, but admittedly I've never pulled the gun on that because I still kind of like my current streaming schedule. Let's replace the death orb. Giant whistle is better for single targets. Yeah, let's replace the death orb. I think that's a solid get. Danny says 1 PM here for me. Right now? It's way earlier than I thought it was gonna be. There's another one. And there's a cat. Poisons the enemy. We could probably roll cat. Meow. There's an enemy over here. I know, I saw you. Thank you. Just need a little bit of confidence. There's our HP. It was like a, I mean, it was a 65% HP upgrade. Mud just says meow. Are you okay, buddy? Pyrotechnics. Well, that is fire enabling, but not what we're looking for. I do enjoy the cat. It is kind of just like a grenade that hits a few times. Now we get the food, finally. Oh, he means 1 a.m. Yeah, that makes way more sense. That is pretty late in the evening. Excuse me. Thank you. Takes a little bit of concentration, I find, when I'm rolling. We don't care about either of these, I guess. Takes a little bit of concentration when I'm rolling Iron Staff. And I also notice that I'm never using the shield with the Iron Staff because the Iron Staff just does more damage on the parry. But shield is good for ranged attacks. I'm not doing it though. Good indication that we should probably dump it at some point. Thank you, kitty. Maybe for like a different type of ranged weapon, but we can probably find a legendary melee weapon that we can use in addition to the Iron Staff. We just gotta find it. We gotta look for it. Actually, this was an elite, wasn't it? Let's go fight that elite. Now that we're in a much better position, and then we can just do this. You! Dude, that staff damage though is so good. Of course it had to be the shielder elite too. All right. Segas Jr. just says, Cat Boy. Are you also okay? 59 kills! Oh, I should have go. There was one enemy left on the map. I should have gone for him. I didn't think about it. All right, now we can take what doesn't kill me. That's the one that gives us infinite HP now. And now we have no reason not to parry everything. Unless we do, like, just literally don't need the HP. But I guess if you're rolling Iron Staff, this is probably what you want. Is that a quad damage? Is that a quad damage? Good God. I mean, it just does more damage. It's 10,000 DPS as is. You see that? Goodness. Well, there's your replacement weapon, although it is absurdly damaging. But when it's in the backpack, we don't suffer from the quad damage, don't we? We're fine to just have it there. As long as we don't die, of course. How did that miss? That's what I want to know. How did that miss? No. Oh no, this is not good. Okay. You know what? Well, we got a moment. We're in death zone anyways, right? You get that. 2 enemies remaining. Root grenade takes a long time to kill anything, I'm noticing. Careful. Little scary. I guess we could just roll the quad damage freaking war spear if we want. Just remember that that first hit is a little on the slow side. Trying to not die here. I mean, it is pretty decent right now. I don't know, is this gonna be like a quad damage run? We have disengagement. How did you not get rooted on that one? You know, just never get hit ever, and you'll be fine, he says, knowing. But now his life is in danger. I have become the Simpsons meme. I'm in danger. I do like it though. Danny says, any Java coders in the chat? Ew! Java, get that out of here. You know, I do like the flashbang. I like it more than the root grenade. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of backtracking on this one. This was a fast floor. I had to go through it quickly, I think. I remember this. I remember that hellish start. It was hell! Literal hell! Anything here? There was also food left behind. Since we didn't take gastronomy, there's no reason other than cash to recycle it. I was very much hoping, though, to find a floor rune. We'll see if we can find one. But I also didn't get hit on the floor, which I guess is even better. Better cat? Flammable? I need a cat that does burning. Our cat currently does poisoning, which I guess is kind of good. Attacking just after a parry inflicts 300% damage. Actually, you know what I would like? We should be doing it like this. So we have a parry, a melee parry with the iron staff, and then the war spear, versus having a frontline shield. Yes. I mean, if we're using the war spear, we definitely do not need the iron staff. I'd just rather have the frontline shield. So no, this does make more sense. I don't know. Double damage cocoon. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know. I just don't know. What I need is like a fire grenade to enable the fire synergy here. That almost does it, but it's a little slow. Kind of like the frost blast too. Burns the ground when destroyed, does enable the 40% bonus damage on the war spear, but it already has quad, so I guess it doesn't matter that much. It's a shield when used. Not particularly great. I guess I'm happy with what we have. It's very tempting to wanna just swap things out because you think they might be better, but nothing jumps out at me as being particularly important right now. Abe, have you seen the new Oppenheimer film? No, and I probably won't, just because I am not a big movie buff. And also, I don't know if I want to sit in a movie theater for like 4 hours. I hear it's gonna be a long one. But if anyone else out there is gonna see it, I hope it's a good film and I hope you enjoy it. Hold on. Yeah. Let's fight the boss. And by the boss, I mean Watcher. I don't know how I feel about this quad damage, but, well, maybe we'll get lucky. We could also put it in the backpack and then have it with the Porcupack. Why not go for the primary method here? Use it as the main weapon. And then if we get hit once, we'll just die immediately. Well, we might not want gastronomy, but we might want it just to get a little bit more damage. Armadillo pack for a shield would actually be pretty nice by just putting the shield in the backpack, then you have it. Yeah, actually, I kind of do like that. I forget. Does Armadillo Pack mean we parry with the Iron Staff? I forget. We could definitely roll Armadillo Pack, though. I mean, we don't need more damage. We don't need more healing. Gastronomy damage would be very nice for bosses, just so that we can kill them even faster. Let's go Gastronomy, then. Let's try to roll as much damage as possible. Glass cannon with survival. And then we'll go to the very, very long, slow floor because there's a lot of platforming around traps and long corridors. Excuse me. There we go. Freaking tentacle was pulling the enemy away from me like a jerk. Flawless we don't want. I do see that there is something over here, which is gonna take up a lot of time. It's a grenade, but I like the stun grenade. You know what I would love? To kill things. Which we are having a little bit of a hard time doing because there's just a lot of nothing. And malaise is starting to increment pretty quickly. I do see that, but I'm just gonna keep pushing ahead. Danny, have a good night, have a good rest. Look at that damage. Just another scroll. How do you use the cat again? For some reason I forgot how to use the cat. I'm like, what button is it? Not that confusing. Thank you. I probably almost got hit there. Shovel, no thank you. This is a funny enough build as is. But I also don't think that the shovel is particularly important for what we're trying to do here. What are we trying to do here? All I'm trying to do here is just never, ever, ever get hit, which is sometimes a tall ask. I mean, barricade could enable us to take a hit, or well, to not have to worry about taking a hit, because we can take the version of that negates damage. You know what? Not never, but we haven't done that recently. I kind of like that idea. We could just roll quad damage War Spear and just try our best. Do we need the cat at this point? We could keep the cat, we could keep the stun grenade. I think we'll keep the cat. Then we'll shuffle the cards. Could also go Electro, but I think we need the primary damage from the War Spear more than we need the Electro damage. So now we can tank one hit every once in a while, and we still have a cat. Look, sometimes enemies still need to die when I'm not there. That's what the cat is for. That's bonus food, I love that, because we have gastronomy. Should be able to stack up nice amounts of damage for the boss fight. I mean, we're already at, what was it, 22,000 DPS on a crit? That's like, you would have that at 20 scrolls. We have it at 11. It's a little hard to hit above you with this weapon. It very much hits in a horizontal line. Oh, I killed it. I don't know what happened. That thing just died. Did the cat attack backwards, or maybe I just didn't have the right timing on it or something? Okay. Would not recommend that. Dude, I need, no. How do we get over there? I need something that can hit vertical. What I need is I need a grenade. Okay, there's the corrupted artifact. Just talking about you in the last run. Where were you then? Okay, thank you. I'm loving the slowdown we're getting from this too. That's helping a lot. Careful. Take it. Nah, I'm okay. No curse chest. I'm both disappointed and very pleased. Although we haven't taken a hit yet. We're at 63. We still have our extra hit charged up. Nothing's going wrong yet. I'm not gonna go this way. Go this teleporter. Thunk. All right, what you gonna give me? Another shield? Whoops. Just bypassed his shop entirely. Dude. Throwable objects. There you go. That's what we're missing. Yeah. Don't be a mimic. It's not a mimic. We probably don't need Spite now. We can reroll that to get the shield on dodge roll perk. We don't need Iron Staff. But now we have the ability to stun enemies. This boss can be stunned. So now we get both worlds. We get the flashbang and we get there we go. We get the flashbang and we get the value of having the cat, and we get the value of having the cards. And we get a way of killing flying enemies slightly more reliably. I like it. Well, we got a lot of things to do here. Oh, got so many scrolls. Give me a second. Any curse chests? No, good. We'll do the side path. What crit? That's very strange. Something crit there. Assault shield? What's our current shield? Frontline shield? What does this do? Melee attacks do more damage for 6 seconds after a successful parry. Attacking does 300% damage. I don't think we can get that buff from the shield, but I don't really care about these either way, so we'll take it. Meow. Cat's bugging out. He's bugging out, man! What are we gonna do, man? What are we gonna do? Let's do the elevator first. Don't spawn. Hey! Legendary twin daggers. I mean, damage is a quarter of that of the war. Actually, it's anywhere from a third to like an eighth that of the war spear damage. Screw that. Glass cannon run. Glass cannon run. Full on glass cannon run. I'll take every item that I find that synergizes with the perks and then has like double damage. Not cocoon, we don't need cocoon. Anything else I'll take. Is cleared. Stop throwing your babies at me. Okay, there's another weapon. I do appreciate it, game. Let me just tell you, and let me just stop you right there and say, you know what? I appreciate all the free legendary weapons that aren't even on altars. They're just there. Assassin's Dagger. So, critical hits up and then more damage on a burning oil target. This might make me rethink the War Spear situation, but it's hard to hit bosses in the back, and the War Spear still just does good raw damage. So goodbye, Assassin's Dagger. You are unconvincing. Thank you. I think the cat can actually reach those enemies, which is why they die. No, it's probably the grenade that I fire out of my butt when I roll. That's probably what it is. All right. So we are done. There's one food item, two food item, that wasn't from an enemy, which means I think this guy has my food? If I can get one more food drop before we fight, why not, right? Nope, he does not have my food. Oh no, the clean food was from the enemy. The dirty food was just spawned naturally. Okay, no. Cheese, please. We're gonna recycle, we're gonna leave. So there's a floor rune somewhere here that has, or a secret rune that has cheese in it, but I'm not gonna care. Don't pick up that. I guess we could, in theory, if we're going for the do the whole game without getting hit build. Have we been hit? Yeah, I've lost a health flask. We've definitely been hit at some point. All right, let's get out of here. Let's do it. We can stun the Watcher, smack him. We can recharge on the tentacles. Tentacles are gonna be a little annoying, but we'll figure it out. Cat will do. You know what? We can just stun a tentacle and then smack it. There's no reason to worry, I don't think. Just do it, forehead. We might get some fire during the fight. I don't think we need to worry about parries, so it actually is worth more to go for disengagement in case we need it. Armadillo pack. And then what was the other one we had? Gastronomy. Still pretty good. Extending counterattack, parries, killing an enemy. Is there anything that like you do more damage to stunned enemies? You get cooldown reduction with stunned enemies. You don't do more damage. Honestly, Predator could be pretty good. Melee kills make you invisible, makes it easier to run around biomes, just smacking enemies and killing them in one hit with the War Spear. Actually not a bad idea. But we've got the throwing objects. We don't really need to be invisible when we can just stun enemies. Guess we'll go gastronomy. Stack up damage bonuses before boss fights. what we're doing after all. Doo-doo-doo. So we'll immediately stun, jump down, and then deal with some tentacles. There we go. It's poisoning. Oh, the cat. Well, there goes, we just popped our personal shield already. Can't say I'm particularly happy about that, but on the bright side, still got the damage. What? No! Oh. Who would have thought having a very slow, difficult to actually hit a tentacle attack would have been my downfall? No. How could you, Watcher? It's always when I'm trying to jump over the tentacles, too. I'm very bad at the timing on that, I suppose. You know what we could do? We could take Wish and get a gun, but I like the idea of an Ultra Glass Cannon run. Let's give it a go. Get hit on a late game boss and you die in one hit regardless of your HP, so we'll see what happens. Slumbering Sanctuary Graveyard, game wants Graveyard. We'll probably go Cavern. Well, we'll probably go Guardian. I don't know if we're gonna go Cavern, but I'll go Graveyard, which is up here. I'll follow the path of gems and trinkets and baubles. Oh, we did take a big hit there. Whole lot of nothing to do in that that intermission because we didn't get the flawless, unfortunately. We'll get one again. It'll happen. See ya. Really wish you would stop following me. What did I ever do to you? And don't forget, you're here forever, but also don't forget, press Y, throw a knife, then smack him. It's the whole point. Just make sure you're actually hitting the enemies too. I mean, also, sometimes that'll just kill an enemy outright. Careful. Just a little scary at times. Honestly, if I don't get dude, that dodge roll bomb has been clutch. It's gonna suck. Careful. Thank you, kitty cat. Thank you, kitty cat. Whoa! Thank you, kitty cat. 2 extra jumps in the air. Your amulet lets you get 2 jumps? It's a door. It's a door. All right. Just don't get hit. Just don't get hit ever and you'll be fine. You'll win. It's as easy as that. of do want to go to the cavern, though. I mean, if you kill everything in one hit, then you'll never die. You just gotta kill everything in before it can hit you. Another root grenade. Nah. Kind of do like the fact that the cat is autonomous, and if I ever have to run away from enemies, usually the cat gets a couple of free hits in. Surprisingly helpful. At least we can take a hit, you know, it's not a cursed sword run. Never again. That was a mistake. Just like literally a bit of a misclick there. I thought it was money in the wall, it was food. I see the secret over there, but I'm not that interested. Oh, there is gonna be a curse chest in this floor, isn't there? I completely forgot about that. Thank you, kitty. So we should make sure we're saving simple enemies and simple passageways. We gotta find that cursed chest too. Careful. Here's our legendary. Hold on. There we go. It's this again. I don't like it. What makes you think that's gonna be the legendary for the run? Chicken eggs. No thank you. No chickens for me tonight. Yeah, look who's back. The egg full of chickens. Wave of Denial is kind of tempting, just to kind of stun enemies on occasion with that knockback power, but... also not necessary. I feel like I'm cursed right now, but I'm not. I cursed myself. Oh, we can kill this elite. Extra jump, damage for projectiles reduced. I do like those. Don't see anyone down there, so I went for it. Where's that cursed chest? I'm bad at remembering the layout to the graveyard, because I don't come down here all that often. Is it over here? Some things are a little, you know, semi-randomly generated too. Just don't know where it is. Gotta find it, just gotta look. And even the giant killer has got nothing on War Spear, although it does stun, which is very interesting. Like, can this stun bosses? Bosses can get resistant to stun. It's not gonna work on the giant, but could you like combo the clock tower boss with that? The scarecrow? Interesting to think about. Let's see if it's over here. No enemies here. Is the food shop. Do like the idea of buying that watermelon, but we should buy it if we get hit, because then we'll pop disengagement. And then we can just recycle the rest of the food on the floor. So I guess we could maybe upgrade the barricade or the cat. The barricade isn't doing anything. It's not barricade, but you get the idea. Cat could be worthy of an upgrade, but don't necessarily need it right now. Not that many enemies here, but we don't have to worry about the curse when we leave the floor too badly. We can still purge the curse later. So we'll grab it. Lyric Shock is kind of interesting. It is a way of doing a little bit more damage in a burst, protecting yourself, getting a lot of AoE kills, and it's not the cat. Not to say that the cat is bad, but it's just not the cat. Stun weapons are pretty good against the queen. Yeah, I guess her and her servants are pretty nice. They do get stunned pretty easily. Kind of like it over the cat. We can always get a new cat later. A new cat. It'll be better than the old cat. Like, that's what I like about it. Just being able to stomp on enemies and not have to worry about them. Unfollowed. Unbroken. Undying. We've been through all the side doors. There were no enemy areas. Undying Shores. Sepulcher and Cavern. Level 12 equipment in the cavern, I guess. Could be fun. Sure. Really hate that place, but it'll be fun. Let's go for the ultimate glass cannon, stupid hard mode path that's probably gonna get me killed. Hey, that'll be 2 runs in a row in which I die in stupid ways. I'm okay with that. Alright, I do need to go back to the food shop, though. There's no reason not to be at full health at the very least. I guess we could also buy another healing flask. No mimic. Should've been careful about that. But no mimic. Let's go to the cavern. I don't know if a mimic would be easier or harder. I imagine it would probably be easier because we have high damage output. We're currently at 77,000 DPS without the crits happening. It's pretty good. I don't know if we can hit 1 million, but I would love to try. Nope, nope, nope. Oh god, there's birds in this biome. Maybe I shouldn't have come here. It's not like throwing things are actually gonna work against the birds, are they? Alright, let's do it. I still have 8 curse. I'm just remembering. Oh god, we gotta play a little carefully. Don't die to the curse. Don't die to the curse. Press Y to stun everything but the bird. You can roll through those, which is something else to recognize. Things are gonna get a little scary. I love that that can kill him in 1 hit. That's pretty nice. Everything should just be stunned before we attack it. Okay, you're annoying. There's another one of you. I mean, actually. Good! They can't get stunned, I'm realizing. I thought they could. They cannot get stunned. You still do damage with the throwing things, though, so if you have to kill a bird with it, you can. I think ground shakers can be frozen, just like the birds, but they can't be stunned. That's normally something that doesn't come up because I don't go for stuns on them. Like, you don't try to jump down on their heads most of the time. But I think I remember learning that lesson in the past and then thinking to myself, wow, really? Multiple enemies that are resistant to stun in this location? That's a little much. And then, yep. In fact, they are resistant to the stun, unfortunately. Well, they're not resistant, they're immune to it, I think. It's okay. We got through the curse at the very least. We still have easy abilities to kill them. We have the cards still charged. Let's do this later. Actually, we probably won't do this at all. Should have at least grabbed the money when I was in there. I love it when a rat spawns. You're like, you're gonna stop me? You dirty rat. A little bit more damage and we're killing them in one hit. It does interrupt them, but I think that's because it just does so much damage that it triggers like a little stun on them. That's dangerous. I see you. Maybe it does like interfere with them just enough. If I can just jump into him and kill him in one hit, you'd love to see it. I gotta itch my nose. There's only 3 certainties, so disposable death taxes and your malaise tiers increased, especially on this level. There's usually a lot going on. Take a minute. Oh! Completely forgot about the fact that he would drop a bomb. I was more worried about his primary projectiles. That was my bad. Careful. Teleporty guys are pretty quick. Come on. Seismic Strike, 20,000 DPS plus 40% damage, and a rooting shockwave. Unnecessary, but very interesting. You know, I'm realizing something here in this run right now. What I'm realizing is that if you really wanted to, you could have a much better quad damage run. That was weird. You could just, I don't know why that didn't hit you. You could just go for Wish and then grab the, I forget the name of the item. The one that has quad damage on it for free with no downsides, and then that's your run. Okay, more food. It's the one that penetrates shields. It's the one that you get when you defeat the boss, and I never use it because I don't think it's particularly good. That one. That one's just got quad damage on it for free, and so you could just grab that if you wanted. Did trigger our invincibility, but we lived. You burn the ground, oil burn. I like this. This is a way of actually enabling a burn synergy. Better frontline shield. Take it. You have any idea how little that narrows it down? It's the very long, double-ended spear that's larger than your head. The Hand of the Knight wields it. You kill him, you get it. It penetrates shields. You kill the king. Whatever the hell that one's called. Free quadruple damage on legendary affix. So if you wanted to get a quad damage run, that's what you would do. It's a lot safer. The Thanos thingy. Well, no, that's the power glove. A little bit different. Nice piercing. Dun, 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 dun. Not gonna be happy looking through these shops later because any of them could be mimics. Symmetrical Lance says GT Core. I like when you know the games better than I do. I remember them in theory. Dun, 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 dun. Get out of here. Throwing axe. 36,000 on a crit? DPS on a crit. I guess it rarely hits more than once, so that DPS value I think seems high as a result of calculation involved. Dude, we got so many stats. So little damage, but that's okay. Dennis had a weapon that resembles said lance. See, I just know the glove. I'm a poser. Extra jump, 75%. I like the fact that we can maybe build in a fire synergy with our current amulet, because then we get more damage on the war spear, as little as it is. Oh, it's more survival as well, yeah, definitely. Wait. Extra jump, nah, we're fine. Who needs an extra jump? Jumping's for cowards. I guess we could go find Mausoleum, but that's a silly idea. Oh. There we go. 3 enemies in a scroll stand between us and the end. Beginning of the end. For you. Man, that even killing one of those guys that fast, that's solid. Random weapons. The only thing we would do is replace it with a shield. Or another weapon that has quad damage on it. I mean, actually, dude, that's telling that the baseball bat is 140,000 and quad damage war spear is 230. Good God. I do like the parry shield, because it's a parry shield, and parry shields are very good. Also very glad that that is not a mimic. Ugh, mimic. Ugh. Should look at anything. That's a very good shovel. That's an extremely great shovel. What I would love is I would love it if something had quad damage, it would show you in the shop, or double damage as an icon, because I don't think it does. So you gotta pay attention and actually read every piece of equipment every time you re-roll it. We could take ice armor and then go full on I'm never gonna take a hit ever again strategy. I think I'm okay with the deck of cards. And then one additional item that we can use when we feel the need. E.g. Wolf Trap. Death Orb. Giant Whistle. Giant Whistle's very good. Double damage on burning oil. We could, in theory, apply that with some of our things. It's a level 12. Inflicts 150,000 damage. It's a lot of damage. I mean, not a mimic? Not a mimic. You know, it's level 12. I can't say no to an upgrade. It does do more damage, too, than these things. Or than the Telluric Shock, rather. Maybe it does say ×4, and I'm just not paying any attention. Also a possibility. This was the money room. I remember that, at least. And as a result of it being the money room, we get an item. Okay, well, it's garbage, but it's 500 bucks. Lonely's Troll, welcome. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Is there an enemy up there? Oh no, that's just the cavern's exit. Yeah, I'm not gonna go for, well, spin to win. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it does, dude, double damage, spin to win. So yeah, it doesn't say ×2 on the weapon. Double damage. I mean, that's so fun, but also no, because I wanna roll what we have currently. That would be just freaking easy mode, as long as you don't go fight the Collector. If you go fight the Collector, you're gonna need to replace that before you fight him. But otherwise, that's pretty good. I am kind of interested in grabbing Wish. I don't know what I would get though. I don't remember a lot of the legendaries, and I don't really feel like I need anything. We could get lucky and get like gun, that'd be fun, but otherwise, weapons are fine. I didn't recycle the food. God, I'm dumb. The whole point of saving the food could have a substantial damage bonus now. Instead, I got nothing. Wish for a cat. We could wish for a cat. When did I get hit? Gotta do this again. I mean, we kept the flawless. I must have got hit somewhere in there. I think, I don't know, I thought I dodge rolled. Maybe I didn't? I have like a sneaking suspicion that sometimes when you're in the middle of the roll, it says you got hit when you haven't actually gotten hit. But I have no proof of that. It's just a small suspicion that I have. do you feel about head and hand bosses in general? You gotta hand it to the game developers. They certainly have a head on their shoulders, etc., etc., etc. Taunt. Nah. That's a meme item. It's not actually that good. Which means it's a very unfortunate legendary to, you know, get there. Unfortunately. Where are we going now? I kind of want to go do the queen fight. I don't really want to go to the distillery, and the shipwreck's pretty difficult, but we can probably make it work. Yeah, let's do it. We can block some shots with our deck of cards. So I just thought about it for a split second there. I was running some mental arithmetic. Let me take a moment to put in a YouTube ad break here while I take a drink of water and we get the loading screen out of the way. Back to what I was saying. I did some mental arithmetic in my head. The enemies, when you use taunt, the enemies will chase you down. They will be faster, attack faster, and then take more damage to compensate. But if they're attacking faster and chasing you down faster, that means you're dodging more, you're running more, which means you're attacking less, which might completely negate the fact that they take more damage. Like, is it actually a net positive? That's the legitimate question here. I don't know. It might be like a net neutral. I thought I was cursed for a minute. It might be like a net neutral. You're spending more time dodging boss attacks. You're not hitting as frequently, so you're just doing the same amount of damage, but making it harder on yourself for no reason. I'm sure that if you were better at the game than I was and you actually knew boss timings, you maybe could take more advantage out of the taunt, but I feel like I would just be spending more time dodging. So without further experimentation or knowledge there, it just doesn't feel very good. I think the intent is to draw enemies away from their friends. If that's the case, then literally the legendary version is exactly what you don't want, right? Because the legendary version will taunt all the enemies around you. That's interesting to think about. I suppose I can understand that, but is it really necessary to pull enemy aggro? That already happens. As long as they're on a horizontal line to the enemy and they can see you, they'll teleport after you, at least on BC5. So. Is the card always colorless? Yes, it is. The card is always colorless. It's only at 4. We must have, again, maybe taken a hit somewhere in there. I like the root grenade, actually. I don't know if it's any good on the lighthouse fight because I don't quite understand how rooting works on them. It seems like sometimes they can turn around in the middle of the route, so let's not worry about it. We don't need it, we don't want it. I'm trying to keep my eye open for food, because anytime we find food, it is just literally a damage bonus. And HP. You know what I'm probably gonna do? Well, I don't know. What I might do is actually try to find ice armor. Because if we're doing the lighthouse, there's so many components to that fight, so many phases, that having just ice armor that comes back every 20 seconds is probably better than having the card. The thing is that the card is basically legendary ice armor. So if we could find a legendary ice armor, we'd rather have that over the card because it'll recharge after 20 seconds, 30 seconds or whatever, instead of a number of kills. Come on, make the jump. Now I highly doubt we're gonna find a legendary ice armor. We didn't take Wish, but we could have fished. Whoops. Nope. I love their yell. It's just so obnoxious and loud, just like me. Well, there's disengagement active immediately. I would like to point out that the card, that didn't save me, did it? We still took the damage, unless it wasn't charged at that exact moment. That's scary to think about. It's very scary to think about. Oh God. Now I'm like afraid. Someone's gotta like check the footage on that one, because I feel like it didn't protect me. But I can't quite tell, because it happened a little while ago at this point, and I don't know the exact state of the deck of cards when that went off. You know, I'm just gonna throw another one. Just ice them with kindness, and also throwing things. Because now I'm like, oh man, am I gonna die in one hit? I mean, we still have the one-hit protection active, so in theory we won't die in one hit. I'll just try to be a little bit more careful. Okay, still have a little ways to go. We're getting pretty close to the end, though. I guess I could literally test, but that doesn't seem smart, does it? Rolling through it is still an option. I don't know what actually killed him. Oh, that was a whistle. He died, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not there to kill him. Okay. $4,435. It's not bad. It is essentially average. I think maybe we had one additional... Dude, throwing objects, we're gonna run out during the fight. Ice bow might be a little bit better for that. Would we rather have the ice bow when we walk into the boss fight too? I think we would. I think we would. I think we're gonna kill him fast enough, especially with the whistle too. Thank you. Legendary Tonfus, increasing movement speed after killing an enemy, 122,000 DPS on the crits. Nope. Jackman says you can have whatever you want, Abe. Thank you for the permission. Oh, right. The cat was helping with these previously. And my roll bomb on the amulet. Clunk. Well, Malaise is cleared, so we are pretty much done. Does that say 700,000 damage on the crit? DPS on the War Spear? Yes. In theory, we could actually hit that on the Ascension part of the Lighthouse fight. Sometimes they do kind of stack next to each other, don't they? Okay, the Giant Killer, you have to admit, is pretty tempting because it's almost the same DPS as the War Spear, but let's just keep using the War Spear, it's funny. Here's a Symmetrical Lance. Boy's Axe could also be a replacement for the throwable objects, but I kind of like the freeze from the Ice Bow. Maybe we can buy one here that's better than the other one. 155,000, 70,000 on the Bible, 229 on the baseball bat. Oven Axe. For it being so heavy of a weapon, Oven Axe damage is not as high as you would think. I hope we don't die on the Lighthouse Ascension, or the Queen fight for that matter. But if we do, you know, we're doing it the way we've been doing the entire run up to that point. We'll die going out in a blaze of glory with quad damage. It's my desire. You're not taking me alive. Okay. Is there a boss cap in this game like Gungeon, says Jackman? So how it works in Dead Cells, it's actually a bit complicated, and then I kind of don't want to go through it right now when I'm trying to dodge. But how it works in Dead Cells is bosses have a 15% damage cap on damage that is done to them in a single instance. A frame of damage, one weapon hitting one enemy can do only 15% damage. Now, support minions, like the tentacles on the Watcher fight, and I think the Lighthouse minions, have 50% damage cap per hit. So the most damage you can do against an enemy like the Giant, 15%, Lighthouse minion, 50%, Queen, 15%. Sorry, yeah, 15%. I believe that's how the math works. So there is some sort of a damage cap threshold happening, but it's way more lenient than Gungeon, because Gungeon is a straight DPS cap. In Dead Cells, technically Dead Cells puts a slightly higher value on fast weapons because they hit multiple times, and it's not a DPS cap, it's a damage per hit cap. But it's not meaningfully different. The damage cap in Dead Cells is pretty high. You're rarely gonna hit that 15% damage on a boss anyways. You have to have a very, very strong run. There are situations though where it does bug out. In particular, heavy crossbow doesn't work correctly because of the DPS calculations. It's really the only exception that I can recall. Exception to the rule. We're not looking to replace anything. Except for maybe an ice armor. So is this a... Yeah, let's see if we can get an ice armor and then we're out. That's fine. That's fine. 700. I mean, it's a lot. It is a lot of damage. These enemies have a lot of HP. You know, Queen has a lot of HP too. Have you used the Tonfist since the Queen update first came out? Yes, I used the Tonfist and I didn't like them. You say Queen update, they were introduced in the Queen update, so yes, I have used the Tonfist. I don't like the Tonfist though. Slowdown after thaw lasts longer, thawing they bleed. Parry shield, foresight, whistle. Yeah, it all sounds good to me. Although more damage on a frozen target could be interesting, but I don't think that's gonna come up. Let's go. Keep gastronomy, dump it after this region. Gotta remind myself. Alrighty then. War Spear 7, it's actually not that high level. Maybe we should have considered a replacement. And we should be careful because we don't want to burn on the Ascension. We do deal a lot of damage though. The Archer is gonna be the most annoying one to deal with. And if we burn, that's gonna cost us our damage shield. So we gotta be careful about that. We really cannot afford to get hit by the fire. It would be a complete waste. It's pretty good. I actually thought it would be a little faster. I really thought... Oh, dude, we can aggro her here. Maybe. Really thought that the freeze would last just a hair longer, but it is a boss fight. It's late in the game. Why would I not do this? Why would I not do this? Oh no, my Malaise here. What am I gonna do? See ya. All right, where's your friend? He's on this side. Nope. Didn't burn. Did not burn. Did not burn. Let's go. That was very risky because of the fire rising, but I wanted to wipe her. Still have to deal with her on the next Ascension area, but that's fine. Deal with it then. All right, damage bonus. So she disappears immediately. Almost got in a multi-hit for crits. Ah, damn it. They got away. Dude, kill her. I will wait. We're gonna cheese the hell out of this. She's the most annoying one out of the bunch. Seekus Jr. says, I think the Tonfist is fun. They just don't work in higher BCs with more aggressive enemies. Always possible. Dude, 2 punches knocks him out. Okay, so now it's just Tonfist. So here's what I like. That's what I like. And then you smack her. That works. I love the cheese. It's delicious. One more heal. It's Tonfus immediately, right? So freeze and then, Whoa! She went flying. What the frick? What the heck? All right. No! There goes my, my free hit that we can take. Already lost it. You gotta like actually stop that though. Thank you. The Tonfist, it's always the Tonfist. The lunge is way longer than you expect. I hate her. Hate her. Well, maybe we can just equip the turret and just, you know, have a turret. Although, I guess we could grab electrodynamics or poison. I guess poison will make the giant whistle better. So you know what? There you go. Sure, more damage on it, and then we get poisoned. That's okay. It was technically a flawless, but I did lose the card at the very end. I was kind of hoping to save it for the fight. I kind of expected not to be able to, though. So we do... Your melee attacks poison. What's interesting is that it doesn't tell me by how much. It just says poison. But sure, I'll poison. I'll poison all day, every day. All right, disengagement. Do we want more health? We definitely want Armadillo Pack. I mean, what are we looking for here? What gives us the most damage? We can't wish, because you can't make anything legendary if you're holding it. I guess no mercy. Well, you'll just kill the boss a little faster. Why not? Not particularly good, but I don't really know what else to grab there. I'll go for an old faithful classic. You know what else I should do? I should probably heal, because we don't have protection anymore, and we're probably going to get disengaged immediately, but if I heal, maybe we can actually stall out the disengagement for one hit. Got her. So there's... When the hell did I ding? Guys, when did you hear a Windows ding sound effect? God damn it. OBS. When I run out of hard drive space, I need you to ding. Is it me? Am I not hearing a ding? I think it was quite a while ago too. I did a lot of work last night, so I didn't free up any hard drive space. I just took a lot of hard drive space away from me. Well, that's okay. I'll have to just download the VOD off of Twitch and put it up on YouTube. I think it's me. I think I'm just not hearing the ding because OBS changed their settings and now they don't ding anymore. Could be. Fun run though. That was a quad damage run. We had that War Javelin for quite some time and was able to make it work. I guess high damage is king, and especially during the Queen fight. The Queen fight, when she's stationary and just summoning the lasers, that attack takes a set amount of time, So the higher your damage, the faster you can kill her. So quad damage on that was just made it absurdly easy. And if you die during the first half of the fight, she resurrects you anyway. So like there's no way to lose at that point, which is kind of interesting to think about. Like if you had any weapon that was quad damage, as long as you don't die twice, she's going to knock you off the level when she kills you, heal you, hurt herself, and then immediately start doing that attack with the lasers, and then all you gotta do is just time your dodges and you're set. So she's a very safe fight with quad damage. Maybe not with a curse sword, but that's not quad damage, that's death in one hit. Fun run though. And for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support the channel at any of the links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.